to all the devotees. So I'm happy to be here in your wonderful, glorious, beautiful city of Coventry. And I feel myself here like at home, because actually I came from the city which is twin city with this city. Yeah. Yeah, I came from eastern part of Ukraine, from city of Kharkiv, which is twin city with Coventry, by the way. By the chance, you see. And I feel myself like I'm in my motherland, back home. Hare Krishna. So this is beautiful. And the most beautiful that we're today celebrating a wonderful day of appearance of Shri Vrindavaneshwari, Vrishabhanu Nandini, Shri Sarva Shaktimai, Shri Ashtasaki Shiromani, Shrimati Radharani. Shrimati Radharani ki jai. And of course, Radhastami, Shri Radhastami falls on Ashtami, on 8th day of waxing moon, I think, yeah? But today is the Panchami, right? Panchami. Yeah, anyway, so we'll do our program, Pre-Radhastami program, and everyone is most welcome. And so we try today speak on the glories, on greatness and sweetness of Shrimati Radharani. And it's not really easy task for me and for everyone, probably, because it's one of the inconceivable tattvas, one of the three most inconceivable, Radha Dasya, Radha Tattva. And so we try to discover something, and I feel myself a little bit maybe completely incapable and unqualified to speak on this. Anyway, so I will take opportunity to be in assembly of Vaishnavas and ask some blessings from Vaishnavas, because it's very rare case to come to the assembly of Vaishnavas. But we know that Vaishnavas are like Vanchakalpataro, the wish-fulfilling trees, and can fulfill desires of everyone. So we'd like to ask your blessings. If you can call out Haribol 3 times.
No, this is what you do. Left hand on your heart, right hand towards Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Thank you very much. Thank you. I feel Shakti is coming. Thank you so much. So, and anyway, I'm happy today to have this opportunity to speak on such exalted, illustrious topic. And so let's see how it goes. So let's start from prayers. We will pray for the mercy of our previous acharyas. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Jnana Chalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vanteham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahaganaradhunatham Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savathutam Parijanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahaganam Lalitam Shri Vishakam Vidam Sha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shabano Sudadevi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutaya Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshunyavadi Paschatya Deshtarine Antak Pravishtak Machimam Prasuptam Sanjivayanti Kila Shakti Dharan Sadabna Manyam Shahastram Charanam Shavanak Pramadi Pranam Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam Mahabhava Srupatvam Krishna Priya Vrisi Prava Bhakti Pradeda Viratхикетvam Namamyaham Dastrinandantari Neshki Punach Punach Shima Drupam Panam Bhajam Drusyam Jamajamani Hare Krishna. How many of you came for the first time? Is anybody came for the first? Oh. But you've been before in other temples, right? Oh, this temple is the first time. Oh, where do you come from? Wales. Oh, Cardiff. Oh, okay. Nice, welcome. Hare Krishna, I'm also first time here, by the way. So we celebrate today exclusively Vaishnava festival, and this is not a public event or kind of social holiday. So this is very exclusively Vaishnava celebration. We're not advertised on the public. We come into the inner circle to discuss these confidential pastimes of Shrimati Radharani. It goes on the YouTube. Okay. Anyway, so this open secret. And like Indra Prabhu said, Kirtan for the masses, a philosophy for the classes, but Lila Katha for inner circle. It's like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he never let anyone to come in his confidential night kirtans, nocturnal kirtans in Shiva Sangam, even for austere brahmanas. Anyway, so this Tithi, Radhastami Tithi, which falls on the 8th day of waxing moon, which is on Wednesday, very auspicious, is considered to be very auspicious in the Vaishnava calendar, and this is day of appearance of Shri Vrindavaneshwari, Shrimati Radharani. And this lila of appearance and her pastimes is very confidential, divine, transcendental. Like Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Janma karma cheme divyam evam yo vititattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanmaya naiti mamati sorjuna. So on this day, those who, this day gonna happen on Wednesday, but anyway, so this is like preparation. So normally now, in old good Vaishnava tradition, any festival they used to celebrate for 3 days. First day is the Lila Katha, then second day is the practical service, and third day is remembrance. So we're doing Pre-Radhastami program. And yeah, whoever on this day, whoever hear this Krishna Katha or try to offer respect and bring some boga offering or whatever, do any service, will get unlimited blessings and causeless mercy of Shrimati Radharani. So all of you fortunate to come. And Shastra says, Natasya karya karayam cha vidyate, nacha chamacha chadipyam cha drishyate, parasya shaktir vividhaya vashuyate svabhava viki gyana balaya kriya cha. Shvetashvatara Upanishad say that there is no one superior to Supreme Lord. He is supreme cause of all causes. He is supreme, absolute Lord, and literally he has nothing to do. You know, he's free from everything. Natasya Karya Karayam. And he's absolute. Has unlimited potencies and diverse energies, and that act independently. I mean, under his control, according to his will, and therefore his activities are performed in particular sequence. So he only has think of any wish, and all his energies rush to fulfill his will. And this is Supreme Lord. This is Swayam Bhagavan, Shri Krishna. And there is always some intention behind any action, any cause. It's called hetu in Sanskrit. And we are living beings, we are pleasure-seeking beings, right? We're looking for happiness. Anandamaya Bisat. So we want to be happy, right? Everyone wants to be happy. Yeah? This is an absolute statement for everyone. And therefore, any moment in our life we think how to become happy. So whatever we do, we think how to become happy. So whatever we look at, we think how to become happy. Whatever we smell, whatever we hear, whatever we touch, whatever we think about, we think how to become happy, right? All the time. So we scan in reality, how to become happy all the time. And we engage all our senses in this eternal search for happiness from a time immemorial. And therefore, millions and billions of lifetimes we spend for this search of happiness. Ananda Prapti, I want to be happy. Ananda means bliss. And in fact, this is purpose of life, to be happy. Like once John Lennon, you know John Lennon from Beatles, he was asked by a journalist, who you want to become in your life? And he said, I want to become happy. But journalist said, maybe you don't understand my question. And he said, no, you don't understand the purpose of life, because purpose of life is to be happy. So this is eternal search of the soul. We can go on thinking in different categories, like about my stomach, my belly, my intelligence, my whatever, my interest. But the question is, who am I? Who am I, right? Arises here. Still remains $1 million question. Who am I? And how to make happy this I am, right? This is very important, because if we don't know who am I, so how can I make myself happy, right? So this question is very important, very crucial. And there is a big discussion, who am I, right? So we can go on and on discussing that. We can think in terms of I am a man, woman, I am brother or son or nephew or niece or grandson. I'm son and daughter of someone mother and father, and naturally I will think in terms I am Russian, I am Bengali, I'm American, I am Eskimo, I am Jew, whoever. So, and then if I am this and that, so then we are from maybe different parts of the world. We are from India, from UK, from which part of India we are from southern or northern part, or from Gujarat, from Bengal, from Andhra Pradesh, from what other places? Punjab. Most of the people from Punjab. I know a Bengali man here. Anyway, so we can carry on, think about, and then we come to the point that we think what type of city, village, or district we came from. And there is no limit of these different designations which we put on our identity. Who am I, right? So, and if we don't know who this I am, so there is, then surely we become confused how to make this I am happy, right? And therefore, innumerable births and deaths, births, taken births again and again, so it's are wasted. Innumerable births, janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukha dosha darshini. We taken births again and again. Punar janma navidyate, again and again. So, and still we're searching for happiness, right? And whatever action we perform, there is behind motivation of everything. So how can I become happy? Whatever I do in my life, like for example, I scratch my ear, right, or my nose. So what am I want to achieve by this action? Two things. I want to be happy, and I want to avoid suffering, right? Yeah, please welcome. Yeah, you can sit somewhere. So we want to be happy, but Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, Swayam Bhagavan, Natasya Karya Karyam Vidyate. So he is Ananda Swarup. He is eternally blissful and most happiest person, right? There is no need to him to perform any action, work, or get fruits of his or come to this world, whatever, in the search of happiness. So his inconceivable energies work for him, right? And Shastra explained why he comes down to this world. Paritranaya Sathunam Vinashaya Chidushkitam Dharma Samstapanarthaya Svabhavami Yuge Yuge. He coming for three things normally. Yeah? He comes down to protect his devotees, to annihilate miscreants, to establish Dharma or Shuddha Bhakti, pure religion. And he does not even have to leave his pastimes and comes down here, take troubles, because all his Shaktis can do everything for him, right? For example, to kill demons. So there is Adhidavika Klesha, supernatural power, which can annihilate all the demons. How many demons can kill this material energy? Unlimited in number. Or to protect devotees. So we have holy name, Krishna's representation, sound vibration, Shabda avatar. So we can be protected by the holy name. Or for example, how to establish Dharma. So many different pure devotees coming down in disciplic succession, like Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Shad Goswami, associates of Lord Chaitanya, they come in to establish Dharma. So Krishna doesn't need even, to bother himself, to take troubles, to come down, for these things. And exactly. But actually Krishna descends for certain reason. And Brahma, Lord Brahma, in his stutis, he explained in 14th chapter of 10th canto, he said, Prapanam janam ananda sandoham pradhitum prabho. He said, very simple, he said that to give opportunity to surrendered soul to feel the depth of the love in their hearts, to experience ecstatic love. In order to instill enthusiasm in the heart of his devotees, he descends. And just to give happiness to the souls who surrender to him. So, in order to perform his wonderful pastimes, Krishna descends, and it is explained in Bhagavatam. Anugrahaya bhaktanam manushya deham ashitam bhajanti me drishti kridam yeshutva tat parobhavet. So, Supreme Lord, desiring to show mercy to his devotees, assumes a human-like form, and exhibits such wonderful pastimes that anyone who hears about them will attract it and surrender to him and become devotee. So anyway, but there is one essential thing in this big scenario which I try to explain. The source, Supreme Lord, he is the source of all energies, right? He is a Sarva Shaktiman. He is an energetic source. But he can do many different heroic things, amazing things, to change the world, to save the world, to establish Dharma, whatever. But he cannot do anything without his energy, right? His Shakti. Shakti is essential, right? So even he is the source of all powers. He is a Purnam Bhagavan. But still he is potentless and powerless if he doesn't have Shakti. Are you agree? So there is a verse in Adi Lila in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Radha Krishna Purna Shakti, Krishna Purna Shaktiman. Dvai Vastu Bedanai Shastra Paramana. So it is saying that Shri Radha is the absolute energy of the Lord. But Shri Krishna is a master of this energy. They are not different from each other and as evident by the revealed scriptures. So to perform any activities in this world, we need some energy, some Shakti, right? Parasya Shakti Vidhaiva Shruyate. And if we don't have energy, so we become tired, we become powerless, and if I'll ask you to do something, you probably would say, oh Prabhu, I don't have Shakti, I am so tired, please don't bother me, but what is called vice versa. If you have Shakti, a lot of Shakti, so you can do so many things. You can preach all over the world, you can distribute thousands of books, you can dance at the front of the deities for 72 hours, something like that. So you can do many things, right, if you have Shakti. So Shakti is essential. Like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, he said, if there is a life prana, there is certainly preaching, prachar. And so we're coming too close to our topic. And so Janmashtami like marks the appearance of supreme source of all energies, who performs all these heroic deeds. Janma karma chime divyan. But Radhashtami indicates the appearance of energy. Shakti. Sarva Shakti Maya. Supreme Shakti. Absolute Shakti. By which help Krishna performs all these unusual, beautiful, amazing, heroic deeds, like which we are all surprised, right? He is a supreme controller of everything. He is a benefactor of all living entities. He is an enjoyer of all sacrifices, right? Bhaktaram yajna tapasa sarvaloka maheshwaram suhridam sarvabhutanam shantim richhatim. Thank you. So, but without Shakti, he cannot do anything. He cannot do these things. And there is a beautiful poetry written by one of our acharyas, his name Prabodhananda Saraswati. So he wrote in his Radharasa Sudaniti. It's a beautiful poem, novel, where he said, Yasya kandapi vasananchala kilanotha dainyam danya pavanerna kritarthamani Ayugindra durga magatir madhusudanapi tasya namostu vrishabhana buadishepi. He said, I offer my obeisances in the direction of the daughter of Shri Vrishabhanu. When the gentle breeze blowing from her side playfully sway the edge of her garment, Lord Madhusudana, who is unattainable by the best of yogis, considers that his life becomes great success. And he attained the highest perfection. That's what Krishna thinks about this. So therefore, between Janmashtami and Radhashtami, which are most auspicious tithis in our calendar, there certainly is most glorious is Which one? Huh? Which one is most glorious between Radhastami and Janmashtami? Appearance of energy. Radhastami for us. Exactly, exactly, yes. This is our mood. This is our internal bhava. So,
She's all merciful. We only fast till 12 noon.
yes, there is no fasting in Vrindavan. There is no fast days. I mean, always mercy, always prasadam. So the story illustrates this fact. And it was at Radhakunda when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati came with his disciples, and they observed some beautiful, some kind of occasion which happened there. That time, King of Jaipur, he came to perform his Dandavat Parikram. He was doing Parikram around Radhakunda, and it was like very, glorious event. He came with entourage, so many people, those who feigning him with chamara, putting some cushions under his knees and reciting glorification for him, and he was doing like great Dandavat Parikram. It's a full bow down. You have to do full by your body. And all disciples have been amazed, and they said to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, wow, you see such a devotion. He is absolutely devoted to Krishna. He's such a great devotee. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati said, yes, absolutely. He is a great devotee. But what's the difference between him and us? So their mood is different. Mood is different. So they try to satisfy Krishna, he said, but we try to satisfy Srimati Radharani. Yeah, this is the difference. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati said that there is a highest aspiration for all Gaudiya Vaishnavas to satisfy Srimati Radharani. And this is interestingly enough that Lord Krishna, by this act, he satisfies the most. Krishna satisfies the most when we try to satisfy Srimati Radharani. Yeah. And he said to Narada Muni, Prema bhakti riti shatha tat prasada mudiyate tada narada bhavena radhayoradhiko bhavet. He said, O Narada, if you have a faith in the process of prema bhakti and wish to attain my favor, is anyone wants to attain Krishna's favor? So he said directly, Bhagavan to Narada, then please become the worshipper of Radharani in a mood of ecstatic emotions, ecstatic love. So that's how to please Krishna. This is a secret. So, and this is kind of esoteric part of our Gaudiya teaching, our Gaudiya theological doctrine. So those who worship Vishnu, they're considered to be Vaishnavas, right? We call Vaishnavas. Those who worship Krishna, they're called Karshnais. Christians. Christians. Karshnais, technically, if you change the Sanskrit, And those who worship Srimati Radharani, they call Gaudiyas. Yeah, they call Gaudiyas. And you from Bengal?
But he wants to go there.
You look like. And geographically, this area is called Gaudiya, Gauda Desha, the place where Lord Chaitanya performed his pastimes, Janma Karma Chimedivyan. But esoterically, Gaudiya, the place, or even not a place, but those people, those who follow Srimati Radharani actually. And this is teaching of Lord Chaitanya. So that's what he brought to us. So this cult is called, it's called Shaktism, when we worship Shakti or energy, right? And there is great tradition in Bengal and Hindu tradition where the people, they worship goddess Durga, and they call Shaktas, right? But we consider to be Shaktas, but we worship to the supreme Shakti, Sarva Shakti Maya. She's a source of all the Shaktis, all the different energies. Parasya Shakti Vidhaiva Shvete. And this is conclusion. And Radharasa Sunanidhi explained that One who has not found shelter under the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani can never see Krishna. Can never see Krishna. And Vedic scripture said that Krishna, he is like entirely owned by the maidservants of Srimati Radharani. He is like a property of maidservants of Srimati Radharani. Radhera Dasera Krishna Sarva Veda Bole. Throughout all the Vedas, it is proclaimed that Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, Radha Pada Binu Kabe Krishna Nahimile. So if one does not take shelter of the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, he never meets Krishna. Krishna Nahimile. You won't see Krishna. So this is final conclusion of our philosophical Gaudiya Vaishnava doctrine, Radhadasya. It's called Radhadasya, or Eko Radhikashraya, exclusive shelter of the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, service of Srimati Radharani. And this is very confidential, but anyway, so Lord Chaitanya founded this movement. He established this kind of idea, proclaimed this Radhadasyam, and service to Srimati Radharani is supreme highest spiritual achievement for the living entity. Supreme highest spiritual advancement, whatever you can attain. This is topmost. And this is the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam, actually. That's what Srimad Bhagavatam is speaking about. And this is Krishna's version himself. Krishna said that. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, he defined as service to the lotus feet of close maid servants of Srimati Radharani in Vraja, in quintessence of Gaudiya Vaishnava theology. And therefore, in his last months, when he was at Chataka Parvata, is a place in Jagannath Puri, which is established by Lord Chaitanya like Govardhan Hill, he was spending his last months of his life, and he was singing the bhajan, very famous bhajan of Narottam Das Thakura. Shirupa Manjari Pada, say more Sampada, say more Bhajana Pujana. It's a beautiful bhajan. And therefore, this is called Shirupanuga Sampradaya, of followers in line of Shirupa Goswami, right? And those who have this unique taste and spirit of service to the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. And that's what all our acharyas saying, and to be Gaudiya is completely to be surrendered and following in the footsteps of maidservants of Srimati Radharani. This is called Gaudiya Parampara, or Shirupanuga Sampradaya, which we belongs to. I mean, if you came to the right place, maybe you're in the wrong movement, I don't know. I mean, it's according to the attitude, like Prabhupada said, spiritual advancement completely depends on attitude, right? And so if we are not in that mood, or we don't feel this way, maybe we think something else, we want to achieve something else. So maybe we're in wrong organization, we're in wrong movement, or wrong sampradaya maybe. Yeah. But anyway, there are many wonderful movements in this world. Like, for example, we have European Union, or United Nations, or maybe UK, or USA, like Jananda Swami, he used to joke, UK means Ugra Karma. USA means unlimited sinful activities. Jai Shri Jagannath Bodhisattva. Oh, that's yeah. I don't know. It's like it's Patala Loka probably. Yeah. It's Patala. It's hellish. Yeah. What to speak about those former atheist countries like past Soviet Union? So fortunately, we are in the right moment, in the moment of Lord Chaitanya. And this is moment of spreading the holy name of the Lord with love and care in every town and village. And not only Krishna's name, but also Radharani's name. Because Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtana. What does it mean? Shri Krishna Sankirtana. Not Krishna Sankirtana, but Shri Krishna. Shri means Radharani. So we in the moment of spreading Radha Krishna's names, and with love and care in every town and village. So welcome. And this is great gift. So we're blessed with the mercy of the great souls and our great Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas, those who explain this greatness of this love and meaning of service to the divine couple. And Radha and Krishna, like Shastra explained in our Acharya, they're always together. And they never separate. They're always together. And in a beautiful book which is called Garga Samhita, in chapter 15, which is called Radha Darshan, the explanation of how Krishna manifests himself and how Radharani comes to him, next to him. So how he manifests herself with Krishna in many different incarnations. So we know that Krishna is the source of all incarnations. Ramadi Murti Shukalani Menatishkam Tatavatara Akarot Bhuvane Shukintu, and so on and so forth. So when Krishna, Shri Krishna comes down as Narayana, it is explained, you are coming like Narayana with who? Lakshmi, right? So when Shri Krishna comes like Lord Shiva, you coming like Parvati, right? Gauri. When Lord Krishna comes like four Kumaras, you know this also, four Kumaras, she comes also the brahmacharis. She comes like a Shruti Shastra. When Krishna comes like Varaha, she comes like Bhumi Devi, Earth, Mother Earth. When Krishna comes like Narada, she comes like Vina. Narada Muni Bhaja Vina Radhika Ramana Nama. When Lord Krishna comes like Naranarayana, she comes like Shanti. When he comes like a Kapila Muni, you know Kapila? She comes like Siddha, you know? Yeah, Siddha. Sometimes he called Siddha Muni. Yeah. When he comes like Dattatreya, she also there, next to him. And she's like a perfection of transcendental knowledge. When he comes like a Pridhu Maharaj, she next to him like Archie. When he comes like a Matsya avatar, fish incarnation, she also there, in the form of Vedas, yeah, 4 Vedas. When he comes down like a Dhanvantari, Acharya of Ayurveda, she is next to him, like a nectar, Amrita. Exactly. When he comes like Narasingha Bhagavan, so she also next to him. And this is difficult. Lila of his mercy. And when he comes like Vamana, she also there, like his glories. And when Lord Krishna comes like Parashurama, great warrior, she also there. Maybe you heard about? She comes like the sharpness of his axe. That's how it's explained. When he come like Rama, she comes like Sita. When he comes like Balarama, she is there, Revati. When he comes like a Buddha Dev, she's also there. She's intelligence. He's a Buddha, intelligent. When he comes like Kalki avatar, she also in the form of his pious deeds, pious activities. When he comes like Indra, she comes like Shachi. And when he comes like a great ocean of milk ocean, you know, Kshira Dadi, Kshira Sagar, she is like silken waves. And when he comes like Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa, she is commentaries on the Vedanta, which is divine, beautiful Srimad Bhagavatam. Sarva Vedanta Saramhi Shimad Bhagavatam Ishyate. So she is like a Shimad. So she is a personified Vedas in the form of Shimad Bhagavatam, which is the essence of all the Vedic scriptures. And Shimad Bhagavatam is embodiment of Shrimati Radharani. Beautiful divine. It's called, if you translate it, Shrimad Bhagavatam. It's called beautiful divine. This is female. What is called grammar. But anyway, she never mentioned in the Bhagavatam her holy name, Shrimati Radharani's name is never mentioned there, and only once it appears there. In the 30th chapter of 10th canto. It is very famous verse. Anya Radhituninam Bhagavan Harir Ishwaram Yano Vihaya Govindam Rahita Hitonam Anayot Raha. Yes, there is a word which is Aradhito, means Aradhi, means Radha. So there is Radharani mentioned there, and it is very confidential. We don't have much time anyway. So how that Shukadev knows that all these confidential things? Shukadev Goswami, who is explaining this Bhagavatam. So in Brahma Vaivarta Purana, there is a story that in spiritual world, when Shrimati Radharani, she has her own domestic parrot. His name Shuka, Lila Shuka. And that parrot, when she speaks Srimad Bhagavatam, he hears this Bhagavatam and repeats. And when he gets tired, she feeds him with the pomegranate seeds. And when those pomegranate seeds ran out, he flew down to material world and tell Srimad Bhagavatam to everyone. So this Shukadev Goswami. So anyway, this Lila, so today we're celebrating Appearance Day, Pre-Radhastami festival, and probably is very good to speak on appearance of Shrimati Radharani, Lila of her appearance, Janma Lila, right? So I don't know if we still have a time, but you can give me a signal. I don't want to hold unlimited. So many things to say. You should just give me a signal, Prabhu. Otherwise, I go on and on.
Is everybody okay to hear appearance of Radharani?
Maybe 10, 15 minutes more is okay, and then you have prasadam and everything. That's good. Prasadam is important, yeah. So in this world, she appears through the lila, right? And there are many stories, but we can tell story from Padma Purana, which are told in Shri Radha Krishna Ganadesha Deepika, and also in, I think it's in Garga Samhita as well, this story. And this is a story very mysterious and very beautiful, how she appeared. And it is saying that Vrishabhanu Maharaj, he found her on a golden lotus flower in Yamuna. Sometimes in different yugas, he found her in Vrishabhanu Kunda by Varshana Hill. Yeah? How many of you been in India? Most of you, right? You from India? And have you been in Varshana? Yeah? Yes, there is Vrishabhanu Kunda. You know, when you start Parikram, when you go on Parikram route, so there is Vrishabhanu Kunda on the other side of the road. So sometimes she appears there, sometimes in Yamuna. It is explained in Shastra. Huh? Raval, yeah. Yamuna is Raval. Raval is on the other side of Vraj, on the western, I think it's western bank of Yamuna. So Vrindavan on the other side, on the eastern side. So Raval is called Raval. There is a castle of Vrishabhanu Maharaj and Kirtida mother. So it is explained in some of the places that Radharani is a daughter of Vrishabhanu Maharaj, yeah? Vrishabhanu Nandini and Kirtida Devi. But in Radha Sahasranama Stotra, there is a name of Shrimati Radharani, which sometimes she called Kalavati Kanya. She is a daughter of Kalavati. And Akirtida and Kalavati are the same person, or they're different? So let's try to reconcile it. So why is it? So this is a story from Padma Purana. It is explained that in ancient times, in a district of outskirts of Mathura city, which is place of Krishna's birth, there was a Brahmin. His name was Suchandra Brahmin, and his wife Kalavati. They were performing different austerities and penances to obtain the daughter, and this daughter is who is the Lord's consort herself. So Brahma appeared before them at some point of history, and he gave blessings to them. So in the next life, you will be born like Vrishabhanu and Kirtida in Vraj, eternal parents of Shrimati Radharani, and you will accepting child, and they also their friends Chandrabhanu and his wife, they also expecting child. So in the same time, meanwhile, in the mountain, it's called mountain peak Vindhyachala. Vindhya and his wife, they're also undergoing different austerities. They're doing penances to obtain the even a greater benediction than they rival Himalayas. So they want to, get over, and they wanted to have 2 daughters and 1 son in law who will surpass the Lord Shiva himself, right? So Vindhya decided to become more famous, right, than king of the mountains Himalayas, and the father of Parvati, who was proud of his son-in-law, which is Lord Shiva himself, right? So at the request of Brahma, Yogamaya arranged some kind of trickery, and she mystically transferred unborn daughters from the womb of Kirtida to the womb of wife of Vindhya, Chala, and her name is Kalavati. So she is Kalavati. So sometimes Radharani called Kalavati Kanya, right? So and this is wife of Vindhya Chala. So these 2 sisters, they are born from these mountains, and their names Radharani and Chandravali. So 2 sisters. And by the order of Kamsa, that time Kamsa, Maharaj in Mathura. So he was frightened by this prediction of imminent death. He is supposed to be killed by small child, his name Krishna. So he, by the order of Kamsa, Akasura's sister, or Rakshasi, Putana, in Russia there is a president, his name. Joking. Okay, so Rakshasi Putana, so she received order from the Kamsa to kill all children who were born in the last 6 months in all the areas around, And she's sometimes called Balagatini. Balagatini means killer of all children. Yeah, Bala means children, newborns. So, and she moved to the place in search of Haribol. So she started to do her business, her service for Kamsa, and then turn came to the daughter of Vindhya Chala. So this witch, Putana, kidnapped them and began to fly away. And the chief of the priest of Vindhyachala mountain, he started to recite different mantras against demons. And this Putana, she felt like her skin went cold, and she just, became completely afraid. And she dropped these 3 children. She dropped them. Their 3 children, they were Radharani, Chandravali, and Vishaka. 3. And the babies landed softly on the open lotuses on Yamuna river. They landed there. And soon the power of mantra worked upon this witch, and she been completely defeated, and she just crashed down to the earth. And Yogamaya came, and she took from her 5 other girls, their names, all together they call Ashtasakis. Is anybody knows Ashtasakis? Stop. So we have 3 which are in Mayapur in the altar, Lalita, Vishaka, and Radharani. So these 3, but 5 others, they're from different groups. And they call also Ashtasaki because they're main principal gopis of Krishna. So Krishna has 3 main groups of gopis. Some of them, they're inclined to Krishna. They call Krishna Snehatika gopis. Then Radha Snehatika, and in the middle it's called Sama Snehatika. So therefore they're different gopis, and they're considered to be principal. So we have our own group, which are main 8 Ashtasakis. Prabhu started to, you explain to us, what are the Lalita, Vishaka, Tungavidya. So this is 8, but this is called Radha Snehatika, right? But main principal gopis, it is explained. Purnamasi took 5 more girls from her, from Putana, Padma, Bhadra, Shaibya, Shyama, and Lalita was also there. So this is 8 main. And then she handed over to the wife of cover-head man in Vraja, and this Ashtasakis, they became adopted by different families. And Vishaka was found by Jatila. You know Jatila? Yeah. Chandravali was found by Bhishmaka, and of course Srimati Radharani respectively received by Vrishabhanu Maharaj. And so it happened like this. Once upon a time, once morning, so King Vrishabhanu and his wife Kirtida, they had no children, and they were very, despondent and upset by this fact. And relatives advised Kirtida to go to the house of her mother and live on the bank of her mother is Mukhararani, right? There is a place which is called Mukhararai next to Radhakunda, not far, maybe 5 kilometers. To worship Yamuna Devi in order to get Yamuna Prasad, to get some children from Yamuna, And Rupa Goswami, he writes in his poetry, he writes, Yamuna Surya Putri, Tvam Punatu Sardarvindam Bandhu Nandini. So Yamuna, she is the daughter of a friend of the lotuses, which is Surya. And so King Vrishabhanu and Kirtida did so. They went to worship Yamuna Devi, and once upon a time in afternoon, King Vrishabhanu came to the Yamuna bank to take bath, and then he saw a beautiful child in a golden lotus, in golden flower, lotus flower, which is floating on the surface of Yamuna. And even afar from saw there's some, dazzling effulgence emanating from this flower. So, and he was very happy. And as soon as Yamuna brought it closer, he saw this small, beautiful daughter, girl, which is laid down on this lotus. And so he started to pray, and he was very happy. And he addressed to Kirtida, he said, "Oh, this is Yamuna Prasad." So Yamuna gave to us mercy. And because, he was worshipper of Surya Dev, and he was thinking this also maybe Surya Prasad. Anyway, so Vrishabhanu Maharaj picked up this child and ran to Kirtida's house, and he brought it. And Kirtida looked at this beautiful girl, and this girl was so beautiful that it outshines the beauty of entire world. She was so beautiful. And but anyway, there was some defect in that girl. She had her eyes closed and her hands clenched in the fists, and she was like, completely motionless and lifeless. But although she was effulgent, but it was like, it's called Jadarupa. She was like completely stunned, and at the time, Narada Muni, he was learned about this story, and he immediately hurried to Raval. He came there, and Narada Muni, he is a great astrologer. He can calculate all your tithis, and he checked the horoscope, and he saw that that amazing event happened, that Sarva Shakti Maya herself, personification of all energies, she appeared in the house of Vrishabhanu Maharaj. And Narada entered Mukhara's house in Raval, and he wanted to get darshan of Srimati Radharani, and he met Vrishabhanu Maharaj, and Vrishabhanu Maharaj received him properly, and he offered him respect and did abhishek and everything. And finally Narada asked him, "Oh Maharaj, you are so fortunate. The eternal consort of Lord Krishna himself appeared in your family. So please be merciful to me, give some darshan so that I can see her." And Vrishabhanu was somewhat embarrassed because since the child showed no signs of life, he was completely stunned and and deaf and mute and damp, whatever, and her eyes was closed and whatever, and he wanted to hide this kind of fact that he got a child, and he said, he was thinking, how that girl could be the consort of the Supreme Lord in such condition. And he said, no, any child was born to us, so we don't have any child, so I don't know what you're speaking about. So Narada, he was upset, and he went out and he started to calculate again horoscope, and he made astrological calculation again. He just he found that he came back and said, it cannot be. So haven't you given birth to the girl? So why are you lying to me? So there should be some birth of a girl. You're supposed to give birth to the girl. So then King Vrishabhanu, he was a little bit ashamed, and he finally said, so that girl is blind and she's dumb, and she doesn't move, although she's a golden, she has a golden effulgence, she's a golden form and everything. And we cannot believe this is his wife of Supreme Lord himself. So, and Vrishabhanu asked to show Narada this child, and then when she been brought, so Narada prostrated himself and gave dandavat and to this girl, and he began to offer prayers and stutis and stotras, and he started to pray, glorify Radharani, like for example, Radhi Vrindavani Dishu Karunamurti Vahani Kripanija Padambujam Dasyam Tam Pradiyate. So he started to glorify, oh Shrimati Radharika, oh Queen of Vrindavan, you are so sweet, you are a river of compassion, please grant me the service to your lotus feet. So he started to pray and things, and Mukara, Kirtida and Vrishabhanu, they could not believe to see this. What is going on? Why he prays? Why? And what's going on? So they, and Narada said, I wanted to do puja to this child. Please bring me some upacharas, some paraphernalia, auspicious things. I want to do mangalarati and create auspicious atmosphere, environment in your house. so that girl will grow up beautifully. So he named a list of different upacharas and paraphernalia for puja, and when all the inhabitants of the house of Rishabhanu Maharaj went away just to find everything, so Narada, he became along with Srimati Radharani. He began to pray to her so that she will appear and show to him her Kaishori Rupa, or form of full of youth, in full blossom youth. It's called Kaishori Rupa. So he started to pray, "Oh Kaishori, O Queen of Vrindavana, oh Mother, please, I have come here from Vaikuntha, from the Supreme Lord. I came down especially just to see to your beautiful form. So I want your darshan," and so on and so forth. So, and finally, Srimati Radharani, she was pleased with his prayers, and she revealed her Kaishori Rupa. Yeah, her beautiful form, which we have on the altar, by the way. You know the eternal age of Srimati Radharani? Eternal age, which is fixed for eternity. Krishna's eternal age and Srimati Radharani eternal age. Between them, 1 year, 7 months difference. Yeah. You know the eternal age? Krishna? Yeah, it's like around 15, 14, but the specific year, month, and day. So you have to know, this is very important. So Rupa Goswami explained in his Shri Radha Krishna Ganadesha Deepika. So Krishna, he is eternally. Does anybody has any ideas? He is 15 years, 9 months, and 7 days. So you have to remember this. By the way, all of you also around this age, your eternal age, like a soul, your eternal identity, in your eternal spiritual swarup, you're always around this age. Is there anybody feel today for 15 years old? Like? Yep. If you feel yourself a little bit older, that means bodily conception of life. Material energy is pressing upon. Yes, and Srimati Radharani is 1 year, 7 months younger. That means you can calculate 14 to 11, exactly. He's 15, 9, 7. She is 14 to 11. Yeah. So you remember, yeah? I'm going to ask you at the end of the program. So finally, Srimati Radharani showed to Narada her beautiful form of Kaishori Rupa. She stood before him in full stature, in full blossom youth, and with her hands she blessed him. You know, when you go to Raval, to Vraj, to Vrindavan, you can see this picture. There's a huge painting on the wall in the temple in Raval, where the Srimati Radharani is standing in her beautiful Kaishori Rupa form, and Narada Muni, he prays to her, and he is like completely bewildered with big eyes, look at her. This is a painting on the wall. It's very wonderful. So she revealed herself, and Narada, he was, very, very much, he was in ecstatic mood. He performed great ceremony, in her honor, in her appearance. And when all the inhabitants of Raval came back, so he organized big puja, big Mangala Arati, and gave benedictions to everyone, so that girl would become normal child and will grow nicely. And Vrishabhanu Maharaj asked him to give these blessings, and so that her eyes would open, and everything, she would open, begin to move. And Narada said, okay, so send immediately to Nanda Maharaj, to Gokula. Gokula, right? He was staying in Gokula. In the first period of his pastimes in Vrindavan, he stays at Gokula. And then he stays in Vrindavan when he becomes Pauganda age. And the Kaishora age, he stays at Nandagaon. Yeah. Nandagaon sometimes is seen in Kamyavan. So he said, okay, send immediately for Nanda Maharaj, let him come with his child, his name Krishna, baby child, and he will perform final ceremony of occasion of her birth of this child. and all your desires will be fulfilled. Just bring this child. So when Nana Maharaj came with Yashoda Mata, they arrived to place of Mukkara, and Vrishabhanu began to this ceremony, the sound of sweet music and reciting mantras and all these auspicious things. Brahmanas started to recite and everything. At the time, Krishna, he felt some fragrance, he felt some fragrance and began to inhale this very deeply. But only Krishna could feel this, nobody else. So, and he was, he was completely bewildered by this amazing smell, and he trying to understand where it comes from. And Krishna was crawling into the room of where Srimati Radharani was laying in the cradle, and he came closer and he climbed up and he just looked at her. Krishna at Radharani. First time they meet in Bauma Lila for the first time. When Krishna was 107 years old and Srimati Radharani just appeared. And there was a first meeting. So as soon as he approached to her and stood up on his feet and looked at her and her cradle, Radharani started to move. So she started to move and unleash her fist and stretching your hands and everything, your body, and she always, felt kind of amazing aroma which emanates from Krishna. And they meet each other. Aroma. Krishna has also fragrance of his body, consists of 4 ingredients. I'm going to ask you, do you know all these 4? You can make it even. You can make and you can feel it, yeah. Because we have these ingredients. So 4 ingredients, it's called Chatuksana. Chatuksana, 4. Does anybody has any ideas what are the 4? No? You don't know? It's a well-known fact. Chanel 7. Chanel 7.
That's all we know in the West.
Okay.
Sandalwood. No, we wouldn't.
Okay, there are 4. One is 2 hot and 2 like cooling, ingredients. 2 hot, musk and aguru. Aguru, yeah. Musk and aguru. And 2 cooling ingredients, camphor and lotus. Yeah. So these 4, you can make it even. And you can try to understand what is Krishna's smell. Although his smell is transcendental, but still you can have some idea. It's like a color of Krishna, complexion. Sometimes it is saying this, he is a blue, like black, what is called, black complexion, black like a monsoon cloud complexion, blue complexion. But most close to, if we can see in this world, is a neck of peacock. Yes, this is close to, much closer, as much as you can find. So the color of the neck of peacock. But it's also, it's material, but Krishna is transcendental, right? His complexion. But still it's like kind of, that you can get some idea. So anyway, in this material world, Srimati Radharani now, she appeared and she saw nothing and heard nothing because she was completely stunned and her eyes was closed and, she was except this Jada Rupa, like a stone. Why? Because Srimati Radharani was like a stone. She was dead, dead to the material sense objects. She did not perceive any objects unless Krishna appeared at the front of her. And all devotees, they live in this world in same condition. They're just completely oblivious to the world of matter, to the material objects. They don't want to, reciprocate with this tanmatras or sparsha, gandha, shabda, rupa, all these material sense objects. Devotees, they awaken only in Krishna's presence. When Krishna is present, then devotees become enlivened. Their senses are completely open and just reciprocate with Krishna. So the true devotee of Krishna doesn't think of anything else which is not related to Krishna. And he doesn't want to see anything, only Krishna. He does not hear anything, only Krishna Katha, only Krishna's Kirtan. And he doesn't want to do anything, only Krishna service or Vaishnava service, Hari Seva, Vaishnava Seva. So therefore, this is condition, this is attitude of pure devotees, and also Srimati Radharani, she demonstrated this example. So therefore, the devotee of Krishna prays to Srimati Radharani and asks her to think only of Krishna, and he wants to see always Krishna and hear and talk about Krishna and do seva. And this is only benedictions that we asking from Srimati Radharani. In other words, we want to have this state of consciousness which is called Krishna consciousness, right? So, okay, so let me make quickly conclusion. Otherwise, I see devotees are already bored with my presentation. So Krishna, he is like Akhila Rasamrita Murti. He is personified rasa, spiritual sweet mellow. He's like a deity of transcendental rasa, Akhila Rasamrita Murti. But Srimati Radharani, she is like a Radha Rasa Sudaniti. She is an ocean of nectarian mellows in service to Krishna. And it's given an analogy, like you go into the shop, musical shop, and owner of musical shop, he knows all instruments in his shop, like maybe tambula or karatals, mridanga, whatever, vina. He knows, but maybe he does not play expertly on them, right? But some expert musician can play on all of them and can experience and extract some nice tunes and melodies and rasa. So in the same way, Krishna, he is embodiment of rasa, but actually expert relisher or expert knower of rasa is Srimati Radharani. She is a Radha Rasa Sudaniti. She is a nectarian ocean of rasa. And Krishna, he is not an expert actually. So she is an expert in science of rasa, and she is the main distributor of rasa. So, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for rasa. We're looking for bliss, ananda, ananda maya bisat. That's what our nature is all about. So all we need is love, like George Harrison said, right? Love for whom? For Krishna. But Krishna does not have it because, to love oneself is like kind of really awkward, So who has love to Krishna? Devotees, right? And who is the most of all the devotees? Topmost is Srimati Radharani. So Srimati Radharani has this love to Krishna. So therefore, if we want to get this love of Krishna, so who is the best? Who is the most exalted of all the devotees? Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Hare Krishna. Jai. Thank you very much. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai.
Any questions? You have a question?
Yeah, please. Thank you so much for your tolerance today. Thank you for coming for this wonderful celebration of appearance of Srimati Radharani.
Radharani send you. You just enliven us before that.
You're very enthusiastic from.
Yes. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. As you said that Radharani is a Shakti and Radhastami comes after Janmashtami. But we need energy, right, for Janmashtami. So why energy is coming after?
We need energy for Janmashtami.
Yeah. We need a lot.
We have to perform austerities. We have to fast. We have to stay awake till midnight. So, because Srimati Radharani comes later, that's why we have to tolerate. We have to ask. We have to do austerities. And in this case, so Krishna will appreciate our efforts and give to us mercy.
The real answer is, we are supposed to celebrate Radhastami or we can't do that without Krishna.
Yes.
That's why we have Janmashtami first, so we can celebrate Radhashtami from the story.
Yeah.
Because Krishna came and enlivened Radharani.
Yeah.
Otherwise it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, Radharani, she's in condition of Jadarupa, it's called Jadarupa.
Prem Prakash.
So she doesn't appear first before Krishna, so we have to, first of all, enliven our senses, awaken them, open up, and then Srimati Radharani comes. So she plays a role of devotee, that's why she's at the background, and this is not a public event, so this is a little bit inner circle of devotees, those who really stalwart followers of Srimati Radharani. So that's why they came today. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Jai.
Why I said is Radharani sent you. We were planning to have you earlier, and there was a no, you couldn't make it. But this Sunday you could. And I just said, could you speak about Radharani? And look at the details we got today. It was absolutely amazing. And so on Wednesday, we won't have to repeat all this because we got the details. And then we'll be jumping up and down. And today, because we are Gaudiyas and we like to glorify Radharani, in the Aarti, we will be saying Radhe Radhes. And don't be surprised, all right? And then on Wednesday as well, we'll be able to sing Radhe Radhes. So everybody now please stand up. We're going to do the Aarti. Thank you very much.